Hello. Hi. I I took a shower and I didn't see what time it was, so I'm here. A little bit late, but who's counting, right? My manager isn't here to get me in trouble, so I think I think she's not here. Um yeah, today I just wanted to kind of go over uh basic music stuff. Mostly because I see a lot of people, especially um, kind of in the streaming scene, in the creative scene, that really want to get into music. I kind of see that a lot where like people that are really good at art want to get into music but don't know where to start. And also the other way around. So I wanted to kind of talk about that. Just like how to get into things. I know it's not really like a this won't be a big how to become a really, really good composer. This is more just of a how to get started, because a lot of people seem to struggle with kind of getting that first step in the door. So let me make sure that I actually have my slideshow working. Please tell me I added the scene. I did not add the scene. That's crazy. This window capture. Window capture. Chrome? Chrome? Hello? There we go. I'm so bad at OBS still. Just getting stuff set up is very difficult. But let me pull it down, pull it down. Oh. Do we have it? Is it done? There we go. My model like kind of goes crazy whenever I move to the side. That's funny. There we go! Yay! Oh my god, setting up Google Chrome. Who knew it would be so difficult, right? Yeah, let's just go over it now. So, Mediocre Music Theory 101 is me, Rius Isonder. There will be a quiz at the end today, so let me just hide the chat box since it's not working anyway. Yeah, something about the new YouTube chat box that kind of just added the heart emotes and stuff like that. It kind of broke the API or whatever I was using to show chat on the screen, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to hide that for now. And then hopefully it fixes itself later. Maybe they update the app, who knows. Hello, Dell, it's music time! Yay! I'm recording this as a VOD so I can upload this as a music lesson later in a series. Hello! Happy to have you here, Odell. Yeah, so why mediocre? I see Zephy is here. Zephy, this is too beginner for you. I know you. You've done good music. This is too beginner for you. Get out of here. But yeah, why mediocre? I'm calling this series Mediocre Music Theory because just to like kind of set the expectation, this isn't the goal of this isn't to make people like super awesome composers, like I said a few seconds ago. It's kind of just to get you through the door and start at like have a good understanding when you start. So hopefully this recording is kind of useful in this series to get people to get started. It'll be very fun. Is chatbox fixed? No, it isn't. That sucks. I'll fix that. I'll fix that tonight. I promise. Before tomorrow's stream, maybe. I hope so. First of all, I wanted to cover some programs to use, just because I know a lot of people don't do pen and paper anymore, unfortunately. So, why is the other window flashing? You know, I won't care. I use FL Studio. Of course, I just have the full version at this point, but I think the free trial is actually very useful when you're just getting started. The Muse score, I it's very funny actually, because when I was younger and I was looking for music programs, MuseScore was basically kind of like the meme. Oh, I don't want to pay for anything, so I'm just going to use MuseScore for my school project kind of thing. It's genuinely gotten so much better, and it's still free, which is mind-boggling to me. Funnily enough, it's the same program publisher that made Audacity, so people that use recording for that. Yeah, same program, same kind of hub that you can download to get both of them. Noteflight gang. Oh no, you did not use Noteflight in high school music theory class too, did you? You didn't do that too? I was stuck using Noteflight for so long because it was required for my high school music class. You're giving me PTSD. I have to write like 3 fugues. I have Sibelius now. Good. I use Dorico personally. But yes, Sibelius better. Finale's the one like sheet music program that's higher end that I just can't get behind. So I would have judged you if you said Finale, but yes, Sibelius is good. But MuseScore is genuinely really good. There's only a couple of features that I think is missing from it still, but those are more because I write music for film sometimes, and that kind of film specific stuff isn't really in it. But MuseScore is genuinely really, really good. We didn't have music theory in high school, but I started Noteflight. I am so sorry for your loss. I know Finale too. Yeah, I regret having it. Reaper is another alternative to FL Studio. It's pretty cheap. I think it's $50 for the full license. But it also comes with a lot of plugins, like just like the popular ones that I can just say and everyone will know. Reverb, right? Auto-tune, stuff like that. Reaper will come with. Like a weak version. Oh, I forgot to put my phone off vibrate. I am so sorry. There we go. But yeah, Reaper is a really good budget option. And I say budget, but you can still make professional quality music with Reaper. Like, I know a lot of people that do that, so don't think of Reaper as, oh, it's a budget option, oh, it's not going to be as good. Reaper is fantastic. It's also very customizable, which is why some people might not like it as much, because they haven't actually customized it much yet. And then GarageBand also kind of feels like a joke sometimes, but it's enough for people just starting out. No, I don't do sheet music anymore if I can avoid it. Yes. Very true. I think the last time I actually wrote out sheet music was just when I was doing a performance with someone else and I had to write out their part. I remember GarageBand for the iPad. Yeah. I hate this chat, but I hate the new heart thing. Like, it's really cool when you're watching, but as a streamer, like, it's blocking my chat box, which is like the bottom message's last word gets blocked. GarageBand is Logic Lite. Yeah. I think it's still very good. I do think it's very funny that people like will joke about GarageBand and MuseScore being bad, but they're actually genuinely very good at this point. To the point where, like, if you are a beginner or intermediate person in music, they're actually very useful. Yeah, why is my window behind it flashing every time I go? I'll have to figure this out for next time. There's 4 main concepts we're going to cover today in this stream/VOD if you're watching. Tempo, time signature, pitch, and duration. Those are kind of just the basics of any music. So we're just going to cover those really quick before we move on to more advanced stuff in the next time. Probably next week, actually. I might do this every Monday for a while. I forgot about that. Tempo is how fast the song is. So it's measured in beats per minute. I think a lot of other things are also measured in beats per minute, so that shouldn't be a really new concept. But for example, 40 BPM is, you'll hear a beat 40 times in a minute, and they're all evenly spaced, which is why a faster BPM just means it's going to be faster because there's more beats kind of shoved into that one same minute. Music Mondays. Yeah, I should call it Music Mondays. That'd be fun. Time signature we'll get to later, but time signature, I think a lot of people we'll just hear 4/4 and think, oh yeah, that's a music term. That's what time signature is. We'll cover that in a second. Pitch is how high or how low a note is. So if I go da 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 da, I'm going up in pitch, and then da 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 da, I'm going down in pitch. So you'll hear a lot of notes in a song, obviously, and the way we cover things going or how high or how low a note sounds is by its pitch. 40. I don't know if I should. You two are going crazy. I'm so happy the chat isn't showing in this VOD. You two cannot be saying this. This is not good, guys. I'm out here trying to be PG-13. Okay, I'm not gonna read that. And then duration of a note. So if I sing a note for a long time, like you can think that that's longer duration. It's okay, we can edit down the VOD. I think I'm gonna have to. Don't angel face me. Don't angel face me. There you go. Oh. This is the next slide. What happened? That is odd. I'm struggling a little bit. Don't soup me either. Here's the notes. You don't actually have to know the notes to start writing music, in my opinion. I just recommend you get a cheat sheet like this and just have it somewhere. These are all the notes. You can see that a lot of them, at a certain point, they repeat, and that there's 7 letters that we use from the English alphabet. So we go from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we go back. I might as well just record this offline. You guys are ruining this. Okay. I have to add a BGM for when I upload this later anyway. What about jazz scale? We'll talk about jazz scales next time. We'll be good, teacher. You better. This is for extra credit. You're here because you were in detention in the original lesson, SMH. I'm writing this down, don't worry. Great. There's going to be a quiz at the end. But yeah, notes are C, starting on C. And the reason why C is in the middle is because, well, there's a long history reason, but just think that C is basically the middle or the core of most note situations. Yeah. I don't actually know why they decided to make it C. It was a long history lesson and I kind of fell asleep during it, so I won't bore you with the same lesson. C equals core, yeah, that's an easy way to remember it. There's also sharps and flats. Not as important right now because we're not going to cover sharps and flats as much, or notes that need sharps and flats. But sharp, you basically raise the note by a little bit, and flat, you lower the note by a little bit, like a flat tire. It goes bloop, flat. Again, I'll cover this more when it actually matters, but for now, just know that these do exist. Teacher, I don't remember why it's like this, but roll with it, don't worry, don't worry. Yes, exactly. I fell asleep during the lesson too when I learned it, so I'm not gonna pretend like you're gonna remember if I give you a lesson anyway. And then scales. So scales are actually, there's a lot of them. You don't actually need to memorize any of these, which is great because there's a lot of them, and I don't like memorizing them. But I'm gonna lower myself a little bit. These are kind of just clumps of notes that will sound good together, or at least decent. So when a lot of people start making music and they kind of just put random notes on the screen or random notes together in their song, the main reason why it doesn't sound as good as it could is because they're not sticking to a scale. So a scale, out of the Western music mostly uses 12 notes, and then each scale will pick 7 notes out of those, basically. There's a couple of scales that will pick a different number of notes instead of 7, but most scales will use 7 notes that you're just gonna kind of keep around for the whole song. For basic music, at least. Scales C, C, fish, Illuminati. Focus. Focus, Odell. This is showing up on the quiz tomorrow. You can't be doing this. But yes. There's two major... No, well, there's only one major. There's two common. We're gonna say common. This is why I failed grade 11 twice. We call it 11th grade in the States, sorry. But there's two common kinds of scales. One is major and one is minor. And you call each scale by the note that it starts on, and then if it's major or minor. So on top we have C major, on bottom we have C minor. Face, what is the other acronym? Is it? Wait, face? I think it was like Ace G or something. I think I know what you're talking about. I think it's Ace G. I'm getting distracted. We have major and minor scales. A lot of people will say, very incorrectly, that major equals happy and minor equals sad when they're explaining scales. That's not really true. Major is more bright and minor is more darker. So the reason you can kind of say that, oh, the happy sad thing isn't true is the entirety of the Up intro, like Disney Pixar Up, is all in major, even though like it's one of the saddest film openings of for like more kids movies. It is all in major. So major music can also sound very, very sad, and minor music can sound pretty happy, in fact. So I don't like the whole major is happy, minor, sad thing. We'll just call it bright and dark. Grade 11, imagine being French. Imagine being Canadian. Face and every good boy does fine. Oh yeah, that. I guess that's for both in treble clef. And then to round it all out, we're going to talk a little bit about note length and time signature. So 4/4 is the thing that we talked about earlier, where I was like, oh, people that don't know music probably still know what 4/4 is because you kind of just hear it a lot. And I'll get to what this is in a second, but more importantly for the actual note length part, we have different ways of kind of measuring out how long a note will be. So before, note length was kind of normalized. What happened was they would just kind of write out the pitch of all the notes in a song on a piece of paper, and then you'd kind of just have to guess or know the song or like have someone cue you to the next note to know how long you're supposed to like hold a note when you're singing it in a choir, for example. Like old church music had that problem where there'd be someone that's like kind of conducting you and telling you when to move on to the next note, but it was really hard to tell if you didn't actually know the song before or you've never heard the song before and you saw it on the page and was like, hey, how long am I supposed to sing this for? So they ended up making this system instead. This isn't all the note lengths. It gets longer and shorter, and there's some stuff in between, but for basics, this is great. So whole note is basically 1, and then half note is half of that. Quarter note, half of half note, which is half of a whole note. Eighth note, half of half of half. And then 16th note, half of half of half of half of half, half of half of half of half. You can just kind of do the math, right? I think it's like the quarts and pints and gallons thing in Imperial system, which I hated, but it makes sense. So 2 half notes equals a whole note, 4 quarter notes equals a whole note, 8 eighth notes equals a whole note, 16 16th notes equals a whole note. And then you can kind of transfer in between like that. Just do the math. Musicians have to do math too. Who said musicians were stupid? I did. I said that too. So for a 4/4, which is pretty common in music, that's kind of the joke that like, oh, every song fits every song, or every pop song fits every pop song, because they're all in 4/4. What 4/4 means is that one measure, which is kind of a metric of how long a song is. It's not actually that case, but we're going to say that for now. One measure is going to be 4, which is the top number, and quarter notes, which is the bottom number. So because the bottom number is a 4, 4 is a quarter, 4 quarter notes. So on the bottom, the 3/4 would be 3 quarter notes in a measure. So that's the difference. And that's kind of just the basics of how to write and read sheet music. So we have the pitches from earlier, pitches from the notes earlier, and then you're going to combine that with the lengths of the notes here to kind of write out what you want. And that's what you do if you're in MuseScore. But if you're just having fun in a music program like me, which I do as a job, I just have fun and pretend that I know that what I'm doing. I'll just leave this open even if it's not working because it's hiding it's on this program. If you're just having fun in a program like FL Studio or Reaper or GarageBand, what you can do is just add a basic piano. I'm going to add FL keys. I do have something better, but I'm too lazy. Wow. Do you get any bigger? You don't get any bigger. Why can't I make you bigger? That's crazy. Okay. We're just going to make something real quick. We have the basic music screen to add notes to. And I can add a note. You can hear it. And it's great. A thing that I'm going to do right now, just to kind of get us started, is I'm going to limit us to the major scale, if I can remember how to do it. I haven't actually done this in a while because I unfortunately went to college for this and I ended up having to memorize all of it. So I don't actually remember how to do this, but there is a way to kind of just stick yourself and force yourself to be in a scale. I wish I remembered. If I don't remember, then we're just gonna move on, I guess. Major. Major. That's not it. Whatever. Nobody make the obvious joke that I'm a music major and I'm poor. What other obvious joke is there? Demi, hemi, sephi, quaver. Boom. I don't rely on the program telling me what to do. There we go. So we're gonna start with the major scale, and then we have the minor scale. And you can see brighter sound, and then more darker sound. So I'm gonna make something completely limited to the major scale for fun. Just for some funsies. So realistically, if you just use the major scale notes, you might not make something that sounds amazing, but you also won't make something that sounds like completely out of place and really bad. So if I just like randomly place notes, because I'm sticking to the major scale, this probably won't sound bad. Probably. Yeah, it sounds normal. It sounds relatively normal. So then we can add some more notes later on. I'm not actually making chords or anything right now. I'm just kind of making notes are adding notes that are in the scale, just to kind of demonstrate that it won't sound horrible if you stick to the scale first. That sounds like something that would have made. Make something sad major for fun. I love sad major. Sad major later. And then we can make notes longer, we can make notes shorter. It's very nice. So we're just using, like I said, the two basics of music, which is how high or how low a note goes. That's the most thing I know how to do in this program. Just... It's a little loud, I'm sorry. But you change how high or low a note goes, and then how long a note plays for, by left and right. Because this is kind of like the video editor, if anyone's ever edited a video, if any of you have edited a video before, it's kind of like the time of a video, so you're just kind of changing the notes in those times. Boom. I thought this would take longer, honestly. I already covered everything I wanted to cover today in particular, so let's just go over something in sad major. There we go. I'm limiting myself, and we're going to make something that sounds sad in major. I haven't actually done major in a while, so that's going to be interesting. I don't remember what I did particularly for that. It's going to... Nice. You guys can't actually see it because the window doesn't show up, but I am, like out of habit, spam Control-S-ing every few seconds. So scared about programs crashing now after the heart attack I had when my computer was going through something not very good. Not as sad as it could be. But you wouldn't really exactly call this happy, I guess. This is like a lo-fi progression that I'm using. Only use notes, which are the same ones over here. Still only staying in major. in case that. So let me make it a little bit than just keeping it like this. Ba, ba, ba. And, ba, ba. One, two, three. Ba. We love lo-fi. I really need to get better at just being able to think of what I'm doing and write it down, but I never got very good at that, unfortunately. I'm very reliant on being able to hear what I'm saying, or hear what I'm doing. Oh no. Something just feels off. I don't know why. Okay, and then I'll add this back later. And just to kind of bring the point in of keeping everything in major. There we go. Okay, I don't know why I had so much trouble with that one part. Okay. We have our chords staying in major. And then we'll write a soft melody. Sure. I'm not used to being stuck in full major notes, because usually you'd still add a couple of accidentals to spice it up, especially for lo-fi, but I am being restricted against my will. I put this rhythm down wrong, didn't I? Let me fix this real quick. Da, da, da. I'm done. I wasn't looking at the tempo at all. I adjusted this a long time ago. Way too long ago. Okay, let me fix this first real quick. 1, 2, 3, and... I blame you guys. I'm too nervous. I forgot one, like, the major part of the process. 1, 2, 3, 4. How dare you make me nervous? I knew something. I just couldn't tell what it was. There we go. Oh my god, I forgot. I messed that up. There we go. I can't use flats, no! Okay, something like that. Well, and we'll mess around a little bit. This is something that I just kind of do when I need to write music and like on a schedule, is I just kind of loop a section and I will play until I find something out, because something always comes after a while. If something doesn't come, then I will take a break and go on a walk, because it's not good to force anything. I'll fix the rhythm later. Okay. That's a little bit more melancholy, but still all in major. It doesn't swing, but the chords are in. There we go. You know what? I'm actually getting kind of fond of this, so I'm gonna add a short beat, and then we'll make it more in the mood real quick. Let me grab a beat that I made before. This just turned into a regular music production stream. I guess the first 30 minutes were lesson enough. I will put that down as the lesson for today. Huh. That's weird. It's not showing my... Oh, there we go. One second, let me grab a beat. Why is it so loud in the preview? Oh my god. Why is it so loud? Where did I put that? There we go. I never knew why. Something's wrong with my computer with the volume. Some things are just super, super loud and some things are really, really quiet. And I never figured out why that did that. I'll do it slower. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and just add RC20 to this, which is a lo-fi program. Do you want to add some rain sound effect too? Let me find a rain loop. Rain. Oh my god, that was loud. I'm gonna mute my rain audio search for a second. So I don't burst someone's eardrums with these. There we go. Oh, it's still going. There we go. I don't know if I made anything sad, but we just made lo-fi again. I made lo-fi again. I need to stop making lo-fi every time I need to do anything. There we go. I forgot my presets aren't saved. That's sad. Does this count? Does this count as something sad major for you? I'm thinking like melancholy cafe tune. Well, that actually lined up time very well with that little exercise. So I was going to stream a little longer tonight, but then I realized I'm tired. Preparing for debut was very stressful, so I'm gonna end it here. Maybe I'll just export this real quick and then put it in the Discord just for fun. But tomorrow I will be back with hopefully with a little bit more energy because I'll get a little bit of rest tonight. What is tomorrow? Let me check. I think I'm playing a game tomorrow. Yeah, I'm playing Backpack Hero tomorrow at 4 p.m. EST. So that'll be nice and relaxing for me. And hopefully I won't die as much as I did when I was playing early access. So I will see you all at 4 p.m. tomorrow, and I'm going to export this and kind of edit it down after a few weeks of videos. of Music Mondays, as Odell gave me. So good night. I am tired and I want to rest. Thank you. I would do some chatting at the end, but I actually should get some rest tonight. Debut prep was very hard. I know I heard a lot of horror stories about it from other VTubers, but I didn't believe it until I had to go through it myself. So I will see everyone tomorrow. Thank you.